Good morning to Madam Nick Soleha binti Nick. My name is Priyendran. I am here today to present for Introduction to Malaysia Constitution course for our group assignment. Myself as a presenter, Priyendran, and my fellow mates are Mr. Muhammad Afzal and Muhammad Haidir. I'm so sorry to inform that Mr. Muhammad Haidir is unable to attend for this presentation due to his work. So myself and Afzal will be proceed with the recording on behalf of Mr. Muhammad Haidir. So let me pass through the session to Mr. Afzal for today's introduction.
Hi, good morning, madam. I'm Muhammad Afzal and I will present the both slide, how election in Malaysia. Next. About election in Malaysia, apply to the election for public office of the political bodies up to Federal of Malaysia since 1993. Election in Malaysia are currently held by federal level and national level. Election at the federal level are for the members of the representative Dewan Rakyat, while the election at the state level are for the member of the various state legislature. The head of government departments at the federal and national level is the Prime Minister, and Menteri Besar is what called Chief Minister, as usually indirectly by elected by majority collected members of their respective legislatures. Next. About the state level, voters are going to the representative to Dewan Undangan Negeri. The range of the different representative varies from the state to state, and the maximum is 82 electoral, and the police having minimum of the 50 electoral. Single member constitution drawn by the population using the first past system. Constitutions are generally smaller in the population. The legislative stabilization, which occupation in majority in nation conferences constitution to the government of the country. Next. About the process and enrollment in general election, by-election is being by-election commissioner, using by-election document and chief executive officer. At the same time, it notice will be punishment. Officer General setting the date of the presentation of the candidates. That the date is of the voting. Next. About the election nomination process, recommendation dates refer to the set by the election commission. For the candidate submits the recommendation letter to the election of the executive office director. Candidates, proponents, supporters, or one of them may be submit the letter of recommendation. Must be submitted at 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. of the day of nomination of the throwing voters only. Next. In Malaysia, betting process is share about the candidates is around 10,000 for the seat of parliament and 5,000 ringgit for the seat of the state of Malaysia, submitted to the managing director of the day of nomination. Candidate lose of the voters deposit do not get the 1.128 or above 25% of the total members voters cast in the election day that the constituency. In Malaysia, there are many logos by party politicals that voters that reach about the voters. candidate represent the political party, that particular symbol which represent what are they doing and what are the color from there. And the electorate party, independent candidate must choose the symbol that provide a board election by printed of the flags and others symbol. Next.
Thank you for sharing, Mr. Afsal. So let me share further on my side. So for campaign, the Election Commission has developed specific campaign rules set out in the Electoral Offences Amendment by Act 2002. Election campaigns can only begin after the nomination technique has been applied and must be end at 12 p.m. the night before the election date. To facilitate the conduct of election, the Commission is authorized under Section 3(5) of the Election Act of 1958 and the Section 27A of the Election Act of 1954 to appoint law enforcement official and to form one or more enforcement teams in each congressional district. If they think they need it, the unit consists of law enforcement officers appointed by the Election Commission, representative of local police agencies, advisor to local governments, and advisor for each political party and candidates participating in the primary. For voting process, the Election Commission typically write memos to inform the public about the election, such as voting dates, polling place locations, voting times at all polling places, and location of counting and data collection center. At the polling place, voters must indicate their choice on each ballot. This label, such as the X label, guess label, or point, should be only be placed on the selected candidate column. Only registered voter can vote in election. Malaysian citizen over the age of 18 must register with the voter register of the Board of Election through the branch affiliated with the Board of Election, a job with computer equipment, and point the counter before voting. Finally, there will be an election result will be announced. So the election result will be broadcast live on the radio and television station. Some newspaper publish special edition to cover selection results. In most of constitutions, results are announced on election night. In some rural areas requiring recalculation, results may not be published until the next day. For the candidates, a member of House of Representatives may not be nominated for any office in any political party election unless he or she is not an eligible candidate as defined as Article 41 of the party bylaws or has obtained written permission from the political party. To be nominated in this manner, Central Working Committee Article 13.3, his name appear on the list of duly certificated by the Secretary General or his representative based on Article 41.4. All eligible candidates for any election office, regardless of a rank, must be proposed and applied for by another eligible voters. A chapter may be elect officer only if there are at least 50 voting members of the list of eligible members to be elected. A department has right to elect officer on the department has 4 or more departments. So lastly, for conclusion of this election, political scientists have long argued that democratization of a long and erratic process that waves and sometimes leads to a reversal or destruction of democracy. When many factors contribute to this wave, including a lack of legitimacy of authorization, regimes, global economies policies, changing social climates, and the influence of neighbors. The division was caused by the elite competition, and some elites did not follow the rules of the game of democracy. This created a set of declared requirements and laws of accordance with the development for the continuity of the direction of economic development in Malaysia. So this is from our end. We have present about the election. Thank you for watching our video. I hope this helps you. Thank you for your time. Bye. Stop recording, bro.
Okay.
Hmm.